For all the latest Star Wars news and updates, visit hybridnetworkyt.com. What's up guys, CJ here and welcome back to another all-new Star Wars video, this time a massive one, as a new leak might have just revealed a good chunk of The Last Jedi's plot. And first things first, I'll start by reminding everyone to take this with a grain of salt as always. This might be true, it might not be, and you should always really look at these things with a certain level of skepticism. Some of you might wonder why we report on these. Personally, I find them fun. They might be real, and in that case that's awesome. They might be fake, and even in that case I think it's hilarious to see what people come up with sometimes. But without further ado, let's dive right in. The plot was reportedly leaked by a former Lucasfilm marketing partner who is disgruntled as he's been let go by the company after a few months of working on the film. He says that a rough cut of the movie is already done, and many key people in the production have already seen it, including him, as he was reportedly heavily involved in the marketing for the movie. Kicking things off, reportedly the marketing campaign for the film is going to make you believe Luke actually went to the dark side, but that it's not the case in the film. In fact, he's just disenfranchised with the Jedi, and Rey is going to bring him back to the light over the course of the movie. Rey doesn't go to the dark side either, and she's not a Skywalker or a Kenobi, but is in fact a reincarnation of the first Force user. She's very in tune with her emotions according to the report, and that kind of colors her use of the Force in the film. Luke reveals to Rey that she was brought to him by her parents, who were scared of her powers. She, like Anakin, was born out of necessity, as the Force is always seeking a balance, and this is part of Luke's disenfranchisement. He originally wants to let the Force users die off because it's a never-ending cycle. In the end, Luke agrees to train her, understanding that Snoke needs to be defeated, but that will be it for the Jedi. Rey is revealed to be incredibly powerful during training, and Luke is willing to do anything in training to make her reach her full potential as quickly as possible, including cutting some corners with the usual Jedi teaching of keeping your emotions at least partly in check. Yoda and Anakin will make an appearance as Force ghosts, the latter of whom kind of shows up in a really interesting way. At first, during training, Rey senses something in the sea through the Force, to which Luke tells her there is a creature which is filled with hate. When this creature emerges, Rey does battle with it, but very quickly realizes something's wrong, and the creature isn't real. After making this discovery, the creature morphs into the Force ghost of Anakin. This weird cave-like subplot aside, the Force ghosts do actually help in training, but they help more in shaping the future of the Jedi. Yoda admits that the Jedi were arrogant, but that they can't let the dark side be the only future for the galaxy. Anakin imparts to Rey that the Jedi keeping their emotions repressed was part of what led to their downfall. We also are going to see what happened to Luke's Jedi Academy and just how Kylo Ren destroyed it. Luke in his rage was actually about to strike the young Ben Solo down before sensing that someone else would come along to bring balance to the Force, so he left to seek answers for the Jedi's failings. Speaking of Kylo Ren, he's more unstable and apparently spends the vast majority of the film with Snoke. There's some tension between the two though, and Snoke doesn't seem to care that much for Kylo as the First Order is crushing the Resistance militarily, but more on that in a minute. Kylo's path tracing Vader's life eventually brings him to Ahch-To and Luke and Rey. While Kylo and Rey duel, the Knights of Ren, who the author describes as Kylo's guards, take on Luke, but are literally instantly defeated. Kylo, though, actually manages to beat Rey this time, and so he and Luke butt heads, with Ren blaming his parents for his failings. Luke, now back in the light, asks Ben to help them defeat Snoke, promising to train him, to which Ben agrees. Luke then reveals he had a ship on the island the whole time, and the film kind of oddly ends with Rey and Ben flying off while Luke stands before Snoke on his Star Destroyer. Meanwhile, on the other side of the galaxy, the Resistance is having a hard time of just about everything. Finn wakes up from stasis on a Resistance ship, which is then attacked by the First Order. Leia orders him to discover Snoke's origins, and Rose Tico escapes with him in one of the last escape pods. Poe, Leia, and other members of the Resistance narrowly avoid the ship's destruction, while they escape to find Laura Dern's Admiral Holdo, who vaguely wants an alliance with the First Order. In the aftermath of losing that ship, the First Order takes many Resistance soldiers captive, including Rose's sister. After some time, many of them, also including Rose's sister, switch sides and join the bad guys. Finn eventually does find Snoke's home planet, a rocky, desolate place, and locates his home, which is essentially a crypt. Long story short, Snoke can switch bodies, is very wealthy, and actually is well liked by many people around the galaxy. I'm gonna level with you, I don't really believe a word of this could possibly be true. I really definitely hope it isn't. I mean, this post was literally all over the place, and if it does happen to be true, I'm just hoping that this narrator was doing a really bad job of selling it. Let me know what you think down below, but that's going to do it for me here. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to smash that like if you like what you saw, subscribe for more great content every single day, and consider turning on your notifications to be alerted every time we upload a new video. Signing off, this is CJ, and I'll see you next time.